Hello, welcome to the Jane Addams College of Social Work. I am Dr. Henrika McCoy, Interim Associate Dean for Academic Affairs and Student Services. This webinar has been prepared specifically for you, our full-time students. You are seeking to enter the profession of social work during a time of tremendous upheaval in our world. We are attempting to emerge from our current COVID-19 pandemic, and we are being reminded daily of the pandemic of racism, which has engulfed this country since its founding. Each of these represents issues that you will now encounter through a different lens as you prepare to learn the skills of a social worker. As a college, we look forward to increasing your knowledge base while also learning from you as there is much work to be done. This webinar is pre-recorded so that you can watch at your convenience. We are hosting Q&A drop-ins so that we can answer any follow-up questions that you may have. If you are unable to attend one of those sessions, you are always welcome to email your questions. We have posted an FAQ list to accompany this webinar, and I will be providing you with important email addresses at the end. Please review this webinar as often as needed. In addition to welcoming you to the college, the purpose of this webinar is to provide you with information that will be useful before the start of the academic year regarding the curriculum, registration, and the importance of your UIC email, and some of the resources available to you. We are excited to be a part of this journey with you on becoming a social worker, and we're looking forward to having you with us this fall. Please know that our faculty and staff are committed to providing you with the excellent education that Jane Addams is known for. You are seeking to enter the profession of social work during a time of tremendous upheaval in our world. We are attempting to emerge from our current COVID-19 pandemic, and we are being reminded daily of the pandemic of racism, which has engulfed this country since its founding. Each of these represents issues that you will now encounter through a different lens as you prepare to learn the skills of a social worker. As a college, we look forward to increasing your knowledge base while also learning from you as there is much work to be done. This webinar is pre-recorded so that you can watch at your convenience. We are hosting Q&A drop-ins so that we can answer any follow-up questions that you may have. If you are unable to attend one of those sessions, you are always welcome to email your questions. We have posted an FAQ list to accompany this webinar, and I will be providing you with important email addresses at the end. Please review this webinar as often as needed. In addition to welcoming you to the college, the purpose of this webinar is to provide you with information that will be useful before the start of the academic year regarding the curriculum, registration, and the importance of your UIC email, and some of the resources available to you. We are excited to be a part of this journey with you on becoming a social worker, and we're looking forward to having you with us this fall. Please know that our faculty and staff are committed to providing you with the excellent education that Jane Addams is known for. Let's start with an overview of the curriculum. The MSW curriculum is comprised of generalist and specialization social work courses. The generalist coursework includes a focus on social work practice, social welfare policy, human behavior in the social environment, social work research, and field education. The generalist curriculum content areas work together to prepare students to use a plan change problem-solving process and work with a variety of client systems, individuals, families, groups, organizations, and communities. Apply various theoretical approaches, and use a range of skills, all grounded in social work values and ethics. As full-time students, you will complete the generalist curriculum during the course of 1 year. Your class is divided into cohorts. That means we pre-assign you to specific sections for each of your required courses. It also means that you will remain with the same group of students in all of your required courses for the first year of your MSW program. Our MSW program is highly structured, and it is important that you take the required courses in the sequence outlined in our required plans of study in order to complete the program within the time frame designated for your program option. This means that as a full-time student, your MSW program will last 2 years. The generalist coursework is followed by coursework in an area of specialized practice in the final year of study. I won't take time now to go over the curriculum for the specializations. Currently, I am only focusing on your first year of the program. However, keep in mind there are 5 specializations that you will be able to select from: child and family, mental health, organization and community practice, school social work, and social work within justice systems. You are not guaranteed your first choice. You will make 2 selections and be assigned one based on space availability. You will receive more information about the curriculum for each specialization and the process for selection of your specialization at the beginning of the second semester. we provide an opportunity for you to meet with field liaisons and faculty who teach in those areas so that you can learn more about the coursework that is expected and potential fieldwork opportunities. In the interim, you're encouraged to peruse the college website at your leisure for more information.
And now we'll switch gears to discuss field education. I'm Pamela Brown, the Director of Field Instruction at Jane Addams College of Social Work. You might be asking yourself, what exactly is field education?
There are 3 goals for field education. The MSW program at Jane Addams is a concurrent model where students take classes and participate in their field instruction course at the same time. The goals of field instruction are to provide an opportunity for students to develop as professionals in the field of social work, to provide students with an opportunity to apply the theories and concepts learned in the classroom to practice situations, and in the field you will develop a professional identity consistent with social work values and ethics, our Code of Ethics. It defines the principles and standards of everyday social work. As students in the full-time program, your classes are scheduled on Mondays and Wednesdays from either 8 a.m. to 10:50 a.m. or 1 p.m. to 3:50 p.m. During this year, your generalist year, you will enroll in and complete Social Work 570 and 571, Field Instruction 1 and 2, with a total of 450 hours. This means that you will be in your field placement 2 days a week for 15 to 16 hours a week. You work in partnership with your field placement agency, field instructor, field liaison, and faculty. If you have not already begun working with the field liaison to identify a field placement agency, one will be in contact with you to begin the process. Just a note, during the specialization year, you will be required to complete Social Work 572 and 573, that is Field Education 3 and 4, for a total of 630 hours. Moving on to communication. Each of you will have a UIC email address. By now, you have probably already received email messages to that email address from UIC. As of now, the college is using the personal email address we have on file for you to send email from the Office of Academic Affairs and Student Services with the subject heading JMail. However, no later than August 1st, after we have confirmed that all students have registered, the college will send email only to your UIC email account. While it is possible to set up, please do not forward your UIC email to your personal email account. Personal email accounts often filter UIC email into spam because it may appear as unwanted mass email. Many students who have set up their university accounts to forward to their personal email accounts frequently fail to receive critical UIC email, and you do not want to be the student who misses a critical deadline, misses out on a scholarship or other special opportunity because it went to spam and you never saw it. The university and the college send a significant amount of email. You may be tempted to delete it without reading it, but I encourage you to resist that temptation. Here are a couple examples of what can happen when you miss or fail to read your university email. 1. A student missed the deadline for opting out of campus care, the university's student health insurance, because the email reminders went to spam and they never saw them. This mistake resulted in them being billed hundreds of dollars for health care coverage that they didn't need because they were already covered. 2. When it was time to file the UIC required intent to graduate form, a student had deleted the email, failed to submit the form, and was unable to graduate in May as planned. They had to wait until August, which ultimately impacted their job prospects. There are many, many other examples. The point is that it is important to make sure you get and read all email from the university and the college. Also, when you receive University of College email, please pay attention to whether there is a particular person to respond to or contact. Do not use the reply or reply all button. This may cause either a bounce back and/or your reply not being received. It may also result in hundreds or thousands reading content that was not meant for them. You are responsible for reading your email. It is the college's primary way of communicating with you. This is particularly true as we remain remote for our classes through the fall. Now let's turn briefly to registration. You will each receive a document that includes information regarding which cohort you have been assigned to, and relatedly which course sections to register for. The information that you are looking for is whether you are assigned to cohort FT1, FT2, FT3, FT4, FT5, or FT6. Once you identify that information, you will refer to the provided table to determine which courses and sections you should register for. Provided here is an example of the table that I am referring to. You can see here that this is for FT1, and so the section numbers for practice, human behavior, policy, and field instruction have all been indicated. An individual should register for the call number or CRN that is listed next to each course. Please note, you must register for the classes that you have been assigned to. If you register for the incorrect section, your registration will be canceled and you will need to re-register for the correct section. Remember, you are assigned to a cohort whom you will remain with for the first year of your program. Included will also be information regarding the my.uic.edu portal and the link you will need to activate your UIC NetID and password and Enterprise ID and password. You will also register for your classes on the my.uic.edu portal. There are some important dates for you to remember for the fall. Classes begin on Monday, August 22nd. Remember, you will be taking required classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. During the first 2 weeks of the semester, students may adjust their schedules to drop or add classes if there has been an error in registration. The last day to drop a class without a financial penalty is Friday, September 2nd. In addition, while we fully expect that all students will complete all courses that they register for, if needed, the last day to drop a course and receive a grade of W is Friday, October 28th. Keep in mind that because of the tightly sequenced nature of our curriculum, dropping a required course will delay your program completion by a year in most cases. Note, our Thanksgiving holiday is both Thursday and Friday, and the fall semester ends on December 2nd, with exam week December 5th through December 9th. You will be assigned an academic advisor in the fall. It would be a good idea to reach out to that advisor to get acquainted. If you have questions during the summer, you should email jacswoss@uic.edu, and someone will contact you to discuss your concerns or answer your questions. As you move through the program, the student handbook and your academic advisor will be useful, and you will be able to obtain information about campus resources to support you. This includes for matters that pertain to your classroom academic issues, as well as to begin discussing your career interests and selection of elective options to support your career and educational goals. There are additional resources and information available to you on the UIC and Jane Addams websites. I encourage you to take time to visit them. Here are just a few key pieces that I do want to highlight for you related to tasks that you must complete before classes begin. Students who would like to use a name other than their legal first name are able to enter a preferred first name, update an existing preferred first name, or delete an existing preferred first name through student self-service found at my.uic.edu. Please review university policy for acceptable uses of a preferred first name. Students who enter or update a preferred first name later than 2 weeks before the start of a semester may not see the preferred first name replicated in some systems for several days. Additional information is available at registrar.uic.edu/student-records/preferred first name. You may also contact the registration helpline at registration@uic.edu for additional information. The college uses Blackboard for all classes. Blackboard is where you will access your syllabi and related course materials. Once you register, you are automatically enrolled in the instructor's course site. While some instructors may open and invite you to access the content in their course site earlier, all course sites and syllabi will be available to you before classes start. If you go to the Blackboard website, you will not be able to see the course you're enrolled in until the course site has been activated by the instructor. Check the UIC website and look for email notification for information about when and how to obtain your UPass. The university provides a CTA Ventura UPass for all eligible students. This pass provides unlimited use of CTA trains and buses during the academic year. Once you register, you should also be able to view the books required for your courses on the UIC Bookstore website. There will be multiple sections of each of your required courses, so be sure to select the course CRN that you are registered for. While the books will be available there at the UIC Bookstore, you are not obligated to purchase them from the bookstore. You are free to obtain them from whatever source you choose. Additional required reading for your courses should also be available within your instructor's Blackboard course site or through the UIC Library electronic resources. Student Center East ID Center will be open 8:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. The university will consistently update the ID Center website to provide you the most current information. You should check their website periodically for information and additional instructions. You may submit your photo through the ID at go.uillinois.edu/submitmyphoto. You may also contact the ID Center at uic.edu for additional information. The university requires that all students be covered by health insurance. If you are not covered currently, UIC provides the Campus Care Student Health Benefit Program. Students with comparable health insurance can waive out by submitting an online waiver form before the enrollment change deadline. Otherwise, you will automatically be assessed the premium, which cannot be canceled or refunded. You will want to be sure to go to the Campus Care website before the start of the semester to review the benefits and enrollment and opt-out policies and current fees. Please note that the dates and fees listed on this slide are from last academic year, and UIC will update them later on this summer. Under UIC policy, any student needing to request accommodations for a disability should contact the Disability Resource Center. 1. Go to the website go.uic.edu/DRC form and complete an online student registration form. This form cannot be completed until you have been assigned your 9-digit UIN number. The form will take a few minutes to complete, but it will not be reviewed until you call the office to schedule an intake appointment. 2. Call the DRC at 312-413-2183 to schedule your intake appointment. The intake meeting with the disability specialist will give you an opportunity to discuss your disability-related needs. These meetings typically last 30 to 60 minutes. Online appointment scheduling is unavailable at this time. Thus, if calling presents a barrier, you may call 711 for the relay service. 3. Gather your medical documentation. You will be required to provide documentation to register with the DRC and receive disability-related accommodations. Documentation is only one piece of the accommodation process. Please do not be deterred from starting the intake process because of a lack of documentation. Disability specialists are happy to meet and consult or to assist you in collecting documentation if necessary. Once the staff have verified the nature of the disability and the accommodations needed, a letter will be written by them describing the nature of the accommodation needed but not disclosing the nature of the disability. You must show the accommodation letter to the instructor of every class in which an accommodation is requested. This includes field education. Letters of accommodation are not retroactive. In the case of field instruction classes, you should show it to the Director of Field Education and your field instructor. Please look to their website, drc.uic.edu, for additional details. Another important resource for students in the college is our website. You can find the MSW Student Handbook, which includes detailed information about college policies and procedures. You can look up professors and learn more about the engagement of the college in the community, the type of research being conducted, and many additional important pieces of information. I encourage you to contact the UIC Office of Student Financial Aid for any questions related to your financial aid situation. The office is located in the Student Services Building at 1200 West Harrison, room 1800. In some cases, you may need to contact our College Financial Aid Office. You may reach Ms. Maribel Flores, our Visiting Assistant Dean for Admissions and Financial Aid, at mflore6@uic.edu, or her assistant, John Uth, at juth@uic.edu. Just a reminder, the Jane Addams Hull House Museum is located on our campus. It has reopened, and you can go to their website, www.hullhousemuseum.org, to reserve your visit. You may also engage in a self-guided virtual tour at your convenience. We will be in touch regarding a welcome event before classes begin this fall. Please check your UIC email for a Jane mail announcing the day and time. The event will give you the opportunity to learn more about the college, university supports, and opportunities for you to be involved in the college and the larger UIC community. Thank you for taking the time to join us in this webinar. Please check our website and the posted FAQs as regularly for updated information, and welcome to Jane Addams. Please find here the email addresses for the Office of Academic Affairs and Student Services. Please find here the email addresses for the Office of Academic Affairs and Student Services.